Hi, I'm Tasha with Pathways to Peace Counseling, and today we're going to talk about creative ways to use inside out characters in play therapy. So, Inside Out has been phenomenal. I loved the first movie. I haven't yet seen the second movie, but a lot of my kids have, and they are talking about it, and there's a lot that they've learned from it. To begin with, inside out character masks. So these are super cute. Looks like they would be simple to make. So you just make them with paper plates and decorate them, and kids can hold them up. So this would be great for like human puppeting. Like they put their little mask on and then you act out things as though they were the puppets. So it would be a great way for kids to demonstrate their different emotions. Like this is how I act when I'm angry, and this is how I act when I'm scared. There's a lot that you could do with these masks. And kids always like to have something to take home. So that's just another beautiful aspect of it. So, Inside Out Train of Thought Game. So, this one's by Mrs. Kathy King, and it's a free printable, and it's beautiful. It's like very well done. And so, it was, I believe, 2 pages that you tape together, like cut and tape them together. But I colored in all of the white circles with the different colors that correspond with the islands of personality. And then, whenever they would land on the different spaces, they would talk about their version of their island of personality. And so sometimes, like one of them would be sports. And so if you have a kid that's not into sports, you can find a substitute island of personality for them. Like, what are the topics that they want to talk about when they land on what would be for Riley, it was hockey. So you can find, substitutes. But anyway, it's a great game and lots of insight. And there's little cards that come along with it. It's a really well made game and it's free. DIY memory spheres. So this is using Christmas ornaments to make memory spheres. And there's so much you can do with this as far as, what are the core memories? What are the core things that make you who you are? What are the memories that you never want to forget? So this can be a beautiful thing for, say, a child who's grieving the loss of a loved one. What kind of memory spheres do you want to remember about your loved one? Beautiful. There's so much you could do. I mean, you could take this in 100 different directions. And I know with Christmas ornaments, sometimes people will cut out a picture and pop it in there. So it has, a picture inside the see-through ornament. So there's a lot you can do. That one would be a really fun activity to do in counseling. So this one is a guide for inside out emotions. So it's a downloadable. And so it has pictures and characters and colored paint chips to show different levels of emotions. It's great for kids with like Asperger's, or which I know isn't a thing, but is a thing, and autism. So anyway, if you have kids that need to learn about emotions, it has some great stuff in there for you. And this one is a free printable family game. So it just has some cool questions and stuff for connection and helping family members understand each other's emotions a little bit better. It's similar to Truth or Dare, the way that it plays. So anyway, check that one out. Here's another free printable. This one is kind of like Candyland, but it has the different characters for Inside Out. And so you tell a time that you felt disgusted, or you tell a time that you were fearful, different things like that. So the next one is dress up play. So these are ideas of how to make costumes from the different inside out characters. And so I put some questions, like interview questions that you could ask whenever you have a character, like, where did you come from? When did you first appear? Why are you here? So these are all questions to help kids understand their emotions and really get down to the root of the issue that's going on with them. So if a child's feeling angry, they're going to interview anger and say, where did the anger come from? Did he come from my head? Did he come from my stomach? Where is anger living in my body? So you can kind of go through those body signals and help them develop a sense of awareness of their body and how the different emotions trigger different parts of their body. And when did you appear? Why are you here? I mean, there's so many questions that you could ask when you're interviewing the emotion. So it could be really insightful and a very experiential time for kids. So this one is who's at your control panel. So it's basically a feelings graph, but using inside out. And this one is by Kim Lynch, and she has some really great resources. So be sure to check out her website as well. I love this emotions basket. So I was able to find all of the original Inside Out characters on eBay a while back. And so they've been living in the bottom of my filing cabinet for quite a while. And kids love to get them out and play with them. And they're super cute, very well made. But so I attended It's a Beautiful Day in the Playborhood World Edition by Leanna Lowenstein a while back. And it was a phenomenal training. And I believe it is still a free 3 hour CE that you can get. So if you're looking for a CE, check that one out. And I've got a link on my blog here. And so it's all about you make a basket with these different inside out characters. And then the kids are going to choose their different character of which one they're feeling and being able to tell a time that they were to feel. They can role play with the different characters. But anyway, it was a brilliant idea that was presented as part of this training. I hope that you can enjoy that one as well if you have the characters. And I know with the second movie that came out, they have a lot of of little characters that people are buying for their sand trays. And so you might be able to get those and do like a miniature version of this. Feelings in the Body. So this one is by Jen Taylor, and it is just showing how to really target those different body triggers and symptoms that you feel with the different emotions and use a body outline to draw where they feel the different emotions. So it's great for kids that have somatic symptoms. So it has a link to her idea on that one. Another one is making a Lego station where you can build the different characters from inside out with Legos. I mean, how fun is that? Like incorporating some of all of our favorite things together. And then this one is a printable emotion wheel. And so this is great for littles who maybe have a hard time using their words to tell people how they feel. So it would be a great addition for a coping skill toolbox. I mean, pop that sucker in there and they're able to say, I'm feeling this one and this one and this one and this one. Sometimes they feel all of them. All right. So whenever I was putting together the online play therapy rooms, I came across this game. And at first I was horrified by it. I'm like, oh my gosh, Joy is almost naked. She's laying on a hospital bed. Like, this is horrible. Like, who would make a game about this? But then I played it. And as I was playing it, I was thinking, man, this could be so healing for kids who have been through abuse or sexual abuse because you doctor Joy up. And there's so much symbolism and metaphor that can be tied into this about, you know, Joy's lost her joy. She's hurt and she's broken on this hospital bed. And so you've got to clean her wounds and you've got to apply ointment and you've got to, do all these little steps to heal her from her wounds. So I would be very particular about which children you would use this with. But I think there's potential for it being crazy healing and good for kids who have been through sexual and physical abuse. So anyway, it's a free online game. The next one, this one is by Long Wait for Isabella. It's coloring pages, a memory game, and activities, all inside out theme. Inside Out Bingo. So this is a free printable bingo game that you could play. And then clip charts for zones of regulation. So it's a lot of people like to incorporate the different zones of regulation, especially in school-based settings. So these are it breaks it down to inside out characters and kind of how they tie into those different zones and how to get back to the green zone when you're feeling out of control. Thought Bubbles free online game. So this one, it's like you're shooting little balls up whenever you play online. But so if you're doing telehealth and you're looking for like free online games that you can play, this one might come in handy. But as they play, you could talk about, the different ones. And so something that's kind of cool is that like the colors will switch. And sometimes whenever we have big emotions, like at first we're feeling really angry, but then we realize, I'm really scared about the situation. I was angry because anger is a secondary emotion, but the underlying feeling is really fear. And once I worked through my fear, I realized that maybe I had some insecurities. And so, like, our feelings can change as we process things. And we realize that some situations are really complex where a lot of different emotions are triggered by the same situation. And it also does a great job of portraying some subconscious mind stuff. So, I just love the memory balls. There's so much you can do with them. Um, so thought bubbles, they're great. And popping thoughts, I do have a blog post on here, an early one that I did about how to pop your thoughts. And so using like blowing bubbles can be a fun way to teach kids to pop thoughts that are not helpful. So inside out stress balls. Now, word of caution, DIY stress balls are super fun to make and super cute, but they're also crazy messy when they explode. Fair warning, I've done them before. I'm very selective about when I do them and who I do them with. I do school-based therapy. So if I'm sending things home with kids, I don't want to make the teachers hate me. So if this might be I've done this during the summer quite a bit. Whenever I'm sending the kids right back to mom and I'm telling mom, hey, they have a homemade stress ball. Fair warning, So anyway, that it can be a really fun activity though. Toilet paper roll craft. I mean, who doesn't have toilet paper rolls laying around or that you throw away normally? Here's a way you can use them for a good purpose of making little puppets out of them. So super cute. So these are the these are the different games and activities that I have rounded up for how to use inside out characters um, in your play therapy room, but I have a lot of other ones. So if you're looking for ideas for monsters or dolls, superheroes, all sorts of different ways that you can make your play therapy room super creative and fun, I have lots of inspiration and ideas. So I hope you check them all out, pathways to peace counseling.com.